Lou is here with his water cooler.
We brought the water cooler.
He was drinking before.
Let's people have asked me about this, so I want to give a little what this means. Okay, some people, unless you're my age.
I didn't know you were going to explain this.
I want to explain this real quickly because some people said they don't understand it. Back in the day, a long, long time ago, when people all worked in an office, okay, and let's say a show was on, like The Sopranos, okay, they would watch on a Sunday night. Everybody would watch, must-see TV, whatever it might be, and then the next day they'd gather around the water cooler for a water break, during break thing, and they would discuss it, and they had fun, and they would talk about what was really trending without social media at the time, just trending in the world. At that time, might be a show, whatever. So that's why we bring in the water cooler, because we're going to sit here, he and I, just like the old days, and talk about what's trending and what's a hot topic. And that's what they were talking about, the hot topic.
The difference is we're mic'd.
Where they should have been mic'd, because who knows what they said. If they were mic'd, they might have said some of the stuff even better.
They would have been fired.
Yeah, they would all been fired.
All right, so our first topic, we're going to pick up where we left off last week, which is with now
talking about being fired. We're going to start right with okay. She resigned.
We didn't even tell them the topic yet.
They know who we're talking about. I'm setting it all up. She resigned, not fired. Let's go say, who is it? Former NFL reporter Dianna Russini has resigned. Yes.
She was not
from
fired.
The Athletic.
She wasn't fired. She resigned.
She resigned.
From
like
The
so
Athletic.
many others have resigned. I'm sure she couldn't wait to give up that really cushy, top of the line, six-figure salary, and the head of being one of the top NFL insiders. She couldn't wait to give that up.
Yeah. Well, what happened was
spend more time with her family.
There were photos that surfaced of her with New England Patriots coach Mike Vrabel, and they were at an Arizona resort, and they gave each other a hug. They were in a hot tub. It wasn't a good look because she was an NFL reporter. So
we're at the water cooler.
They're both married, by the way. We should just point that out, and their spouses were not there.
Here we are. We're at the water cooler, and we're going to talk about the gossip going on. Wow, did you see that? What did you think of that? And what happened? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you have to ask the question. A week ago, they said it was innocent. Nothing at all. An innocent handshake. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they said, we're with 6 or 7 people. Ah. And then the New York Times, which owns The Athletic, who she works for, did a little investigation, and somehow those 6 or 7 people disappeared. They must have been taken away by aliens because they couldn't find those 6 or 7 people. So allegedly, this being simple, a gathering of groups, all of a sudden it was, what happened to the group? And then all of a sudden she was put on leave. She was leave, and they did the thing, and out of the blue, she decided, I'm getting out of here. Because before anything else comes out, she resigned.
It looked like a very relaxing trip.
Very nice. Very relaxing. If she only knew what was this cutting.
What happens to Mike Vrabel now?
Nothing.
Does he keep his job as head
Sure,
coach?
I think so.
So, a lot of people would say that's sexist,
They
right?
would.
That the woman would have to resign from her post, but he would keep his job.
Look, he has a different job than her. So, he's a head coach of an NFL team that just went to the Super Bowl. What he does on his, if they want to reprimand him.
That was lounging by the pool.
But he's lounging with another woman who's not his wife. We understand all that.
Mm-hmm.
But does it affect the Patriots? Well, a little bit it did this week, actually. Okay? Patriots this week had their pre-draft. The draft is a week from Thursday. They had the pre-draft meetings with the media. Coach Vrabel would normally sit in on those meetings and talk about what's going on.
Right.
And the Patriots decided, we don't think it's a good idea for Mike to meet the media right now. We're going to pull him back. And the feeling, of course, was this was not the right time because we know that no one's going to ask about the draft picks. They're going to ask about the alleged affair with Russini and all of that went on.
What happens to her after this? Does she get a job somewhere else?
It's going to be tough. It's not going to be that easy.
So, right?
I think it's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be
and
a while.
But you almost feel sorry for people like this because they're she has her personal life now she's dealing with. I'm sure her husband, who was he again? He's Shake Shack?
Shake Shack. Executive for Shake Shack.
Executive for Shake Shack. Mm-hmm. But like the top guy at Shake Shack.
Well, he's not the top guy, but he's an executive. I don't think he's a top guy, but he's a big time executive.
I love Shake Shack, so
but
I feel bad for her.
and she has a history of kind of making fun of this guy. They haven't been married. I mean, they've been married for a while, but she makes fun of him, puts him down at times. I don't know if that's something that works in their relationship. That again, that's personal. I don't really care. But again, it all came down to what we talked about last week: credibility, her credibility, and any questions of credibility for a journalist. Then you have a big red flag.
Yeah. All
It's
right,
not
well,
about his credibility. It's her credibility.
her credibility. All right, moving on. We have enough about this woman. And Mike, we wish them all the best.
Yep. Wish you all the best. Go for it. Go for life.
All right, hold on to your Mickey ears.
Mickey is my Mickey
Do you have
Mouse ears.
You have a Stanley Cup?
Yeah,
You know what that is?
the hockey playoffs start in 2 weeks. I can't wait for the Stanley Cup. I don't get this story. Disney
Very good.
as the Stanley Cup Finals. Why are they banning the Stanley Cup?
I still
It doesn't
didn't
make
tell
any
the
sense to
audience
me.
what we're talking about. Oh, I love that parade, by the way. So Disneyland is banning the Stanley Cup. You know, they're the
That Stanley
those are the
Cup.
Stanley Cup.
Oh,
They're the
that
reusable
cup.
water bottles
Yeah.
from top rides following a surge in shutdowns, revealing that attached at the hip tourists are creating operational headaches at the happiest place on earth. And where is the happiest place on earth, Lou?
It's out in Los Angeles in Disneyland. And
That's Disney World. Wrong B-roll.
let me say something. Let me say something right here. Okay, I'm going to decipher into English what he just said or what Disney just said. The bottom is these idiots are riding the Ferris wheel or they're riding these rides and they're dropping it on people's heads and creating
is that
a mess.
what it is?
Yes, they're
These
dropping
are
them.
40-ounce metal.
Which can really
tumblers.
hurt someone, by the way. You know, say they sit them on the thing, they have it by their little stand, and next thing you know, the ride goes, and they're flying off. It's creating
Who brings
havoc.
that on the ride?
Idiots, and plenty of them out there. Only an idiot brings them on the ride. What are you doing? Leave that with your family member. Put it in your bag. What are you doing? Why do you need that on a Disney ride?
And Disney has water.
Of course.
It's a lot of money.
But that's the reason they're doing it, and Disney's right on this. You're gonna get someone hurt, could get someone killed. They can get sued.
Yeah.
And then what happens is once it falls into the ride, they gotta stop it. Everything gets slowed down. Leave your cup at home.
No Stanley Cups.
No Stanley Cup until
They're gonna bring this in next.
bring your water cooler. Stop with the thing. I'm sure there's a water cooler in Disney. You could do that.
All right. I just can't. All right. You know about Neidohs?
No, never heard of Needohs.
we
What is a
Neidohs?
Needoh, please?
So Neidohs are.
What am I missing out of my life?
This is the newest trend.
Oh God, trends.
Yeah,
Look at this trends.
They're the ultra squishy,
Oh God.
soft, stretching, and squeezable.
Oh, please. Who comes? You know what?
That
It's
is
somebody who
taken
came
over.
up with this ultra squish is making millions of dollars. So I can't rip them.
Yeah.
I just rip the idiots who buy them. Look at that. What is
Well, they buy
that?
them for their children. It was
No,
created
not
by...
the girls, the parents. Not the girls. I said the people who
He's
buy
not
them.
calling them idiots.
Not the girls.
Everybody's an idiot
I'm
according to
talking
Lou.
about what is those things?
So Neidohs were created by the toy company Schilling, and it's basically reminiscent of a stress ball.
Oh,
So it's
God.
something squishy.
Yeah, every 12-year-old girl
They
has a stress ball. Needs a
Fit
stress
in
ball.
the palm of your hand, and they're filled with
It's
a
amazing.
non-toxic dough-like compound
Yeah,
that
until we
returns
find
to
out
its
they're
original shape.
all toxic.
How much are Neidohs? Does
Let
anybody know?
me say something about this, okay? If you don't mind. How
Oh,
do
less than
everybody?
$5.
How does everybody get so wrapped up in these things? And it's only going to last for a month or two. Then they'll go on to the next trend.
That's
They'll
true.
make $1 million before it
Yeah.
happens, but it always happens. People get so wrapped up in going back to Beanie Babies and all of those things. People get so wrapped up in these things. It's amazing to
Yeah,
me.
and there's always something that's a trend. Labubu's was one that
the
was over
Boo-Boos
Christmas.
one.
People had it on their back. Then
Beanie
they disappear.
Babies. Of course they disappear.
But whoever develops them makes the money they make at the
And
time.
then what
That's all
happens
they
is
need.
half of those things will go on eBay because they won't be anywhere to find. You only sell it for a couple of months. Then you put them on eBay, and everyone's trying to get rich off of eBay. And they try to do these collective items. Then they'll come out in another 6 months and say, "Oh, we got like 50 of them. There's a collector in you. You're going to cost you $2 million to buy, but you better grab one."
Could we invent something like that here?
I wish I could. I mean, I got enough squishy here. Maybe I can create something.
We'll create like mini Lou.
Yeah, mini squishies.
We should
Listen,
we should create a bobblehead.
If the kids like it, that's great. It's only $5, which, believe it or not, today is like the equivalent of buying something for a penny like 6 years ago.
I know, right?
But it's just amazing to me that people fall for these things and they go crazy over these things. They go crazy over these things.
All right. Here's something else you're gonna go crazy over.
Go for
a
it.
rotisserie chicken,
That's worth.
$40. So
Listen, there's not a chicken in the world worth
in
$40.
Greenpoint, Brooklyn, at the rotisserie restaurant Gigi's, this owner said that he wants to keep the price affordable.
That's affordable?
But what he decided to do was he has one cook, and he puts this rotisserie chicken on a skewer, hand torched by a third cook. The other guy's doing roasted potatoes, so it comes with sides, and 3 sauces on a silver platter that he found at a flea market in France. But the price he arrived at is displeased. So there's a New York City councilman Oh, Chiosi, who I know who it is. Osei. $40 half chicken at a wine bar. So it's half a chicken. It's not even a full chicken.
Okay, here's the point. He could charge $1 million for that chicken. I have no problem with that. Again, we go back to, we're really doing the water cooler idiots bait. Anyone who goes into any place and spends $40 for a rotisserie chicken, okay. I mean, you're not
If you
forced.
feel like it's worth it.
No, I feel like it's a moron to do that. But if they want to do it, that's doing it. Now, if every rotisserie chicken in this country went up to $40, then I say it's crazy and we got to get involved. If one place wants to do it, let them do it.
You're in New York City, so I'll give you some other ones. Bada Boom's half chicken costs $32 with potatoes.
It's amazing.
No sauces. Clio downtown, a rotisserie restaurant opening this week in the West Village, will serve a half chicken with side sauces, $32.
It's crazy.
On the Upper East Side, Chez Fifi, you know that one,
I've heard of it, yes.
sells a half chicken brushed with duck fat for $78.
Yeah, have a half a chicken, pay for your nose, and then die of a heart attack. Come on, give me a break.
You can go to Costco, which has kept their rotisserie chicken price the same as in 2009.
Anywhere.
Well, how much is it? $4.99.
There you go.
But it's not organic.
Organic? What does that mean, organic? Listen, all I know is I have no problem with them selling it whatever price they want. If some idiot wants to go in there and spend $40 on half a chicken because they think it's bougie and they have all this money to throw around, good for them.
But they don't want to be called idiots.
They are idiots, but that's not me to say.
Lou and this word tonight, my goodness. I think we're going to get fined.
we're dealing with $40 half chickens. Are we really gotten this to a point where it's $40 half rotisserie chicken?
I guarantee you we do a news story on it.
I'm sure we will.
We'll be live there tomorrow.
I'm sure we will.
All right.
And this guy's making a killing.
Lou, do you like small talk? I mean, you must.
I think we're small talking right now, aren't we?
Well, you're just complaining.
Because I'm shorter than you, so I guess I'm small talk.
So there's a new study that says not to dread boring small talk. I was talking about this with Liv earlier. New research suggests that people tend to dismiss it, like they don't like the weather, talking about pets or the stock market, but it actually could be the key to feeling more connected. I hate small talk.
First of all, small
talk.
Talk is exactly what it is. Very small. There's no reason. Listen,
small talk is small.
Well, that's what it is. It's very small, meaning that it has no meaning. It is worthless, and it's like I have nothing to say. I have nothing interesting to say, so I go up to someone, maybe someone I work with or someone in school, whatever, and I just start chatting about the weather. Nobody wants to talk about the weather. Right. I got it. I just came from inside. It's 90 degrees. I got it. I don't need you to tell me how it is. Oh, it's raining out? I look David away. The fact that your bouffant just went dripping down your head? I don't need you to talk about your bouffant dripping over your face.
I think they want to do that because it's a way of connecting.
Connecting to what?
I guess to you.
Me?
To anybody.
You're connecting with small talk. You
All right, Lou.
A person, meet them, and say, hey, how are you? And then you talk about their lives. Hey, blah, blah, blah. You talk about what's going on. Talk about their kids. Talk about that. That's small talk I understand. Talking about the weather, talking about the rain.
Lou, when you were younger, did you ever go to SantaCon?
No, and I never would.
Okay.
I tell you what I had done. When they run this thing every December, I come to work every Saturday when it takes place. I tell you what I do. I don't go to SantaCon, but I walked over many, many drunken Santas along the way when I'm trying to go home.
Here they are.
I can't tell you how many drunken Santas I jumped over.
It's the drunken bar crawl that happens every year in December. 25,000 or so people dress up, and the founder is accused now of siphoning all that charitable money for his own use. He's charged with wire fraud.
How shocking. Another crooked charity. How shocking. Besides, do you think any of these kids who go there on SantaCon, they get dressed up and they're going to go to bar to bar, really care about raising money for the poor?
Oh, no. This is just a social event.
This is a social event to get drunk, have fun, and great. What I
guarantee you if you did a poll and asked them.
They probably wouldn't even know it took place.
Exactly.
But who's putting the money up?
According to this, I guess people were donating.
That's what I'm saying. But what are they
charity?
But what are they donating? So who's not going to get drunk in his face before 4 o'clock? What are they donating? What is the charity going to?
Yeah, it's like a bar crawl where you they have like designated bars that you get into with a certain costume if you have the right.
Jonah was
right, but where's the but what are you?
Don't put that on.
But hold on a second. But what are you donating? Like, where's the money come? Like, are you saying if they can hit 15 bars, I'll donate. I'll put up $20 if they can do 30. You know, like when you put money up for a guy who's running the marathon.
Right.
Okay, so I'm running for a charity. If I can make 10 miles or 15 miles, you pay, you write in your little slip, 25, 30, I'm gonna put up $40 if you can make 10 miles. Are they putting up $40 if they can make 10 bars?
Maybe.
And not fall on their face drunk?
I don't know.
Is that what it comes down to?
It seems to be.
Yeah, so I guess that's what it is.
All
Or
right.
maybe the bars are giving the money. I mean, where's this money coming from? That's what I want to know.
I don't. Well, it'll be interesting to find out if SantaCon returns in December if this guy is under investigation and
here's
facing
the
these
deal,
charges.
But even without it, once you start something like this, people are just going to dress up and say, "Hey, the second Saturday," and
they could just
SantaCon,
make
they
up
can just
their
do
own,
it, and they just go.
And they do it all over. It's not just New York City.
No,
That's
it's
the main
everywhere.
event, but people do it
It's
all over the
everywhere.
country. So,
but I can't believe
okay.
that there's money coming up for that. That's crazy.